What if your camera could pull tack-sharp focus faster, with fewer false hits, without stealing time from the readout or slowing your burst? And what if the sensor itself knew when to prioritize focus data and when to prioritize image data, row by row, acting as both a global shutter and a rolling shutter, both at the same time? Imagine getting cleaner files, steadier autofocus in video, and fewer what just happened moments during sports and wildlife. Today we're breaking down a brand new patent application that proposes exactly that. A smarter way to scan a dual pixel style sensor so you get higher accuracy focus signals without paying a longer scan time penalty. How does it work? What's the value proposition for photographers? And when will we see these enhanced capabilities? Will it come in a future firmware update, or will we have to buy a new camera? But click the subscribe button first, as it means more to us than a pointless supercar does to Jeremy Clarkson. Hi, I'm Simon, your friendly focus peeping correspondent who scans the patent filings in excruciating detail so that you don't have to, giving you a conceptual view without all that technobabble. Go ahead and tap subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing and means more to me than scraping ice off the windshield in -30 at 6 a.m. In Canon's patent filing, JP 2025-127598, filed on February the 1st, 2024, and published September the 2nd, 2025, Canon claims to provide a photoelectric conversion device capable of acquiring a focus detection signal with excellent accuracy while suppressing an increase in readout time. The patent text talks about a photoelectric conversion device. Now that's patent speak. Whether we see photoelectric conversion device or photoelectric conversion unit, it's all referring to a sensor. When it talks about unit, it's referring to a particular part on that sensor. Now Canon proposes a new method for readout, converting light into an electrical signal the processor can use while improving autofocus. What that all means is that, well, it's all about changing how the sensor reads the charge so that autofocus stays accurate without slowing the scan. But how does Canon do this, you ask? Well, the next section explains how it's done, but it's a little technical. If you don't care for the technical details and just want to get to the value proposition, I recommend skipping to the next chapter. Now, okay, you're still here? All right. So imagine each pixel is actually 2 subpixels under a single microlens. Now, the microlens is a small lens covering the photosite, directing light into the electron wells. And if the sensor collects too much light in any particular well, well, that pixel ends up being blown out. Well, the highlight's blown out. Don't collect enough information in that particular well, well then that pixel gets an awful lot of noise in the shadows. The sensor supports 2 readout modes, and this is very important. The first mode is called image mode. It reads the sum of the 2 subpixels, and this is what improves image quality. That's mode 1. Mode 2 is called focus plus image mode. It reads 1 subpixel as a phase detect signal for the phase detect autofocus. The sensor then reads the sum for image formation. Figure 4 shows us the array. It's split into 3 regions. In the first region, the outcome is fast, clean image data, no focus taps. In the second region, the sensor outputs both the focus signal and the image signal. And in the third region, the sensor mixes rows from each mode to make the handoff seamless. Werner, does this sound a little familiar? If it does, it's because Nikon released a similar patent application, JP 2024-138-158, that proposes a sensor that could function as if it had a rolling shutter and a global shutter in the same sensor. This is Canon's first patent proposing the same class of technology. And if Canon gets this right, this is actually a big deal. We probably would not need global shutters. So think of it this way. You've got a frame and you shoot. And part of that frame is moving very fast. What the sensor is able to do is, for that section, it's going to treat it like a global shutter with faster readout speeds. And for the other section, not so much. Let's queue up an example. In this frame, the sensor would use mode 1, focused on a faster readout speed, while using mode 2 for the background. What excites me about this patent application is that it gives us the best of both worlds. Are you ready to dig a little deeper to understand how the sensor accomplishes this wonderful act of wizardry? Well, if not, skip to the value proposition chapter. Okay, still here? Well, I'm going to start with figure 1. as it shows the system block with the CPU, the control unit, vertical scanning unit, pixel array, column circuits, horizontal scanning, digital signal processing, and the signal output. That, Werner, right there is the standard stacked pipeline. Now, moving on to figure 3, it zooms into the pixel group of the 2 unit pixels, P1 and P2. Each unit pixel has 2 photodiodes, PD1AB and PD2AB, and these are under a single microlens, a color filter with signals transferred through transistors M1AB and M2AB into a shared floating diffusion FD, then amplified by M4 and selected by M5. I warned you this would be rather technical, but this is the architecture behind Canon's dual pixel autofocus technology. Now in the legend, 4 denotes the pixel array, ML the microlens, P1, P2 the unit pixels, and PD1AB, PD2AB as the photoelectric conversion device. Now in figure 5 all the way through 9, these are the timing charts showing how the control signals are sequenced. The key takeaway, the third region is responsible for alternating which mode they use, so that the pipeline keeps the total frame flat while protecting the autofocus signal's integrity as you pass into or out of the focus region. This means that the camera can still perform, well, reliable, accurate, and fast autofocus while ensuring tap-sharp images focused on moving subjects. Canon does show various embodiments of this design architecture, with each one adjusting the line memory and the signal processing attribute which impacts speed and focus. So for stills, we get a better phase detection accuracy, and that's what matters. It also results in fewer autofocus jitters when the subject crosses the autofocus region, and fewer weird rows or banding caused by reading dissimilar signals all at once. Now for burst work, no hidden slowdowns when the camera has to read focus data. And for video, well, we get a more stable continuous autofocus with less breathing, which is always a good thing, or hesitation as the camera traverses the autofocus sensing bands across the entire frame. And in low light, well, a cleaner phase signal means your autofocus, well, can hang on longer before any hunting. And that's always a good thing, although today's modern cameras are very good. Now there's also a throughput story. The second embodiment of the patent application actually shows 4 vertical output lines per column. That's essentially adding more lanes. In terms of PCIe, instead of getting 2 PCIe lanes from CF Express Type B, that would be like doubling it up and getting 4 lanes. Now that's really great for rolling shutter improvements and for high continuous shooting modes. Well, the third region, now this is where the magic happens. It keeps the phase data honest as the speed increases. And finally, the inline memory angle is a workflow win. If those single photodiode samples aren't needed outside the image signal, or the image signal processor, I should say, well, it doesn't have to emit them, buffer them, align them, or drop them. That's cleaner files, less chance of downstream artifacts, and potentially less bandwidth to the card or processor under certain modes. This technology will likely come to the 1 series first, followed by the 5 series. And certainly don't expect this to come out in the Canon EOS R6 Mark III. We're more likely to see the R6 Mark III to get the exact same sensor as found in Canon's C50. The key takeaway from this patent application is Canon's found a way to give us a sensor with the benefits of a global shutter and a rolling shutter all combined into a single sensor without any baggage. So if you need high readout speeds for sports, yeah, no problem. Or if you need highly accurate autofocus, low light performance, dynamic range, again, no problem. All from the same sensor. This is, of course, if Canon can lift the design out of the patent and implement it into a sensor. Like my patent coverage? Well, like and subscribe and share it with your friends. It means an awful lot to us. And if you are looking to purchase new gear from Adorama, B&H, or Amazon.com, then please consider using my product links down below. They really help support this channel. You might have noticed that so far up into this video, there's been no sponsorship, and that's by design. And if you're actually paying YouTube so you don't get those ads, well, you'll notice that you've been watching this video without having to click forward because of pesky ads or product placements or anything like that. And that's why at the end of each video, I ask if you're interested in buying stuff, please consider using my affiliate links. I get anywhere from 2 to 5% back and that literally supports this channel, help keep the lights on. And thank you. A big thanks to all of you that have done it in the past. It means an awful lot to me. Thanks. Thank you very much. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you again soon.